A hot topic in plumbing these days is no-touch controls. These automatically turn on a fixture's water as you approach and turn it off as you leave. Theoretically, at least, they are easier to use, are more sanitary, and conserve water. But here I would like to ask someone I can trust. You. How often does a no-touch faucet fail to turn on when you waggle your fingers in front of it? Or stop running while your hands hover under the spout? Or keep running after you step away? Why not simply install a foot pump with a hot and cold pedal at the sink's base? Many sinks in rural parks have these toe touch controls, and the Chicago Faucet Shop, and I have their website address in here, sells them. These devices contain no costly electronics. They consume no electricity. They require only a few foot presses to wash your hands, and pressing both pedals gives you warm water. And toilets. Last winter, I entered a toilet stall in a public restroom in Albany, New York. When I found no hook on the door to hang my overcoat, I stepped back to open the door to find another stall. The toilet flushed. When I stepped into the next stall and found a hook on its door, I removed my overcoat before sitting down. The toilet flushed. After using the fixture, I stood up to leave. The toilet flushed. After removing my overcoat from the hook and putting it on, I opened the door to leave. The toilet flushed. 4 flushes on one trip to the John? Is this how we're going to save energy? Foot-operated toilets in airplanes, another toe touch control, conserve water much better than this. Why doesn't LEED award points on its checklist for these inexpensive and easily operatable devices instead of costly, clumsy controls that waste water, waste electricity to deliver it, and waste money to maintain? Another misguided effort at water conservation occurs in showers. Some environmentalists say, install low-flow shower heads. But what happens when you take a shower? First, you wet yourself down. Then you wash your body. Then you rinse yourself off. Now, if conserving water is the object, while washing your body, soaping your skin, and shampooing your hair, why not turn off the water so you don't wash the soap off while you're trying to put it on? This simple act, which is known in the Army as a military shower, could save much of the gallonage you guzzle while you shower. My health club has a solution for this. A lever on the shower head that lets you cut the water off without changing the hot and cold settings. When you start to soap yourself down, you flip the lever up. When you're through soaping, you flip the lever down. This is the kind of simple, common sense that is missing in many green products today. But the worst no-touch culprit of all is the waterless urinal. When urine enters one of these receptacles, it sinks beneath a layer of lighter-than-water liquid and drains through a siphonic trap in the back to eliminate the need for flushing. But only half the public uses this fixture, and that half uses it only half the time. And even then, a quart of water is all it takes to flush the fluid away. A waterless urinal has other debits. The covering liquid must be periodically replenished. The siphonic trap contains a cartridge which must be periodically replaced. The urinal's walls aren't washed after each use, which makes them smell, so they must be periodically cleaned with an antiseptic spray. And 4, Undiluted urine tends to crystallize in the fixture's drains, which can clog or corrode them. So they must be periodically flushed with Drano or similar chemical. And 5, cigarette butts, chewing gum, and other debris tend to get thrown into these trash cans, which must be removed. All these added liquids and cartridges and cleaners and flushers, plus the people paid to maintain them, could be replaced with a simple, low-flow urinal that uses a quart per flush with no chemicals. This conservation of water and other resources also conserves one's patience, and it cultivates the kind of respect that would lead a skeptical citizen to embrace environmental concepts instead of scorn them. I tell a lot more about plumbing fixtures and all the pipes and parts that make them work so well in my book, Architecture Laid Bare, which you can take a closer look at by visiting Amazon.com.